This is how introverts or highly sensitive people use alter egos to crush their fear of being seen. Those 4 things you're going to learn at the end of this video, which will take about 10 minutes. 1 is how to manage your emotions, how to manage your thoughts, how to manage your focus. This is super, super important. All high achievers learn to do this. And 4, how to build your alter ego. First of all, let's talk about introversion. There's no such thing as a pure extrovert or a pure introvert. Such a person would be in a lunatic asylum, Carl Jung. So Carl Jung coined the phrase introvert, extrovert. He also created the spectrum. So you are introverted, but you also have a large percentage of extroversion too. So your alter ego is simply tapping into the extroverted parts of you on command when you need it the most to move the needle, right? As introverted people, we spend most of the time in our heads, and there's 3 versions of reality, okay? There's the future, there's the now, the present moment, and then there's the past. The future does not exist, it only exists in thoughts. When you're thinking about worrying or fearful thoughts of the future, it only exists, once you stop thinking about it, it goes away. It's the same with ruminating about the past. These things, it doesn't exist, it's already gone, you cannot change it, right? But by thinking about the past, brings it back into the present moment, okay? And then there's now. So, when you are triggered, okay, when you are doing something creative or you're putting yourself out there, this is scary to you, okay? So you get into future-based thinking. Future-based thinking is, what if I fail? Fear of failure. What if they judge me? Fear of being seen. What if they don't care? Is a fear of not being good enough. This creates fear, okay? When you think fearful thoughts, it's going to trigger your nervous system more. You're going to get more fearful thoughts. You're just going to be flooded with them. That's going to create anxiety, and then you're going to avoid the anxiety by procrastinating, by doom scrolling, by basically avoiding doing the work, or minimizing your creativity, right? Now, you have to stay out of the future. That is an illusion, okay? Equally, when you're ruminating about the past, it tends to be about regrets, about times you failed in the past, whatever it is, that feels shameful. When you think shameful thoughts, you're going to trigger your nervous system and you're going to get more shameful thoughts. That's going to create anxiety, and then you're going to avoid that anxiety by procrastinating, by doom scrolling, or whatever it might be. You have to stay out of the past, okay? So to manage your emotions, you have to stay in the present moment. So as soon as you experience a fearful thought of the future or a shameful thought of the past, you have to thought stop and bring yourself back to the present moment. This is what elite performers do, okay? That's elite athletes and elite creative people. Because when you are in the present moment, that is the most confident version of you, it's the most authentic version of you, it's the most creative version of you, it's the most spiritual version of you, and it's the most productive version of you because it's in the present moment. As introverts, it means that we're highly intuitive. We know which way to take the creative project, or we know which way to play the game in the moment. But it's our thinking that creates all the second guessing and the perfectionism, the fear of failure. It's our thinking that fucks everything up, frankly, okay? So, in order to be more confident, okay, you have to be in the present moment. That means you have to choose where you focus your attention. You either focus in the future, okay, that's going to get you into fear and you're going to perform way below your potential. You can focus on the past, ruminating on the past, and that's going to get you into shame, and that's going to mean you perform way below your potential. Or you can live up to your potential by learning to focus on the now. When you focus on the now, you are controlling or managing your thoughts. When you manage your thoughts, then you manage your emotions, okay? This is called cognitive diffusion. Is that if you do not focus on fearful thoughts, then you will not react to them, you will not dysregulate yourself, and you will not get more fearful thoughts. This is how the elite performers manage their thoughts, okay? And the reason is this, is because our thoughts are like movies, and our brains, our minds, are like projectors. So for example, if you are consumed with the fear of failure, then that fear of failure is the movie. Your mind is a projector, and it'll project it out into the world. And then your brain's going to scan for all the ways that you can potentially fail. And not only that, it's going to create a story around it. So it's not that it just, you can fail this way, you can fail this way, you can fail this way, you can fail this way. It's going to get, you're going to fail, and then you're going to let down your family. You're going to fail, and you're not going to be able to pay your mortgage. You're going to fail, and everyone's going to laugh at you. It starts to create these stories. And what happens there is that stops you getting started, or it crushes your creative potential. Because you have all these creative ideas, but you stop taking risks because you fear failure. So you play it safe, you stay in your lane, you dim down your creative lights, and you create vanilla, mediocre work that nobody gives a fuck about, okay? Or if you feel shame, it's like you feel shame of not being good enough. Again, the shame is the movie, right? Your mind is a projector, it's going to project that out into the world, okay? And your brain is going to seek, because of confirmation bias, evidence to back up the fact that you're not good enough. And there's always evidence that we're not good enough because we're not perfect, because perfection does not exist. There's a Einstein quote, I don't know if it's really him, but it said, we're all geniuses, but if you judge a fish on its ability to climb a tree, then it will spend its whole life thinking it's a failure. Okay? Your brain will find information that you are not good enough in certain situations. We are fish. We're not supposed to climb trees. We're supposed to swim in the sea. But if you judge yourself on the fact you can't climb a tree, you're going to think you're a failure. And this is what our minds do. So it's super important to understand this. One, to have the awareness of it. Two, to understand that by managing what you focus on, the future, the present, or the past, will then manage your thoughts. If you manage your thoughts by staying in the present moment, then you will manage your emotions. And this is how we do it, okay? So all these super high performers here, they all have alter egos because being in the alter ego, which is the present moment, is the most confident version of you, and confidence kills fears. It also works in reverse as well. So if you're consumed by fears, that's going to kill all your confidence. So we have to get into the present moment because that's the most confident version of you. So if you're an entrepreneur or you are a creator and you have a fear of posting on social media, that's a huge problem. That's going to kill your business. So you create an alter ego to overcome the fear of posting on social media so you can do it and then you can make more money or be more successful or whatever. If you have a fear of being a camera, it's the same thing. If you have stage fright, it's the same thing. Your confidence and your alter ego can overcome and crush any fear. Because fears are just illusions in our minds, okay? They're just things that we can overcome. And the more fear we overcome, the more confident we become, the stronger we become, and so on, okay? Because our alter egos are peak creative performance. It's the most confident version, the most creative version of us. And that depends on what we focus. If we focus on the future, we're going to be consumed with fear. That will crush your confidence. If you focus on the past, that is shame. That will crush your confidence. If you focus on the present moment and always bring yourself back to that, and learn how to do this, then that is the most confident, authentic, creative and spiritual version of you, okay? The other reason that these people use alter egos is because of self-distancing. This is peer reviewed, this is psychological research, it's called self-distancing or psychological distancing, and what it is that when you have an alter ego, there's a gap between the alter ego and yourself. You are the introverted, true creative self, that version there. Your alter ego is your extroverted version of you, okay? So it's still you. It's not fake, it's still you. But there's a gap between those two. This allows you to deal with pressure. This allows you to deal with trolls. This allows you to deal with all kinds of things, like negativity or fear or everything, because you're not immediately reacting to these thoughts, okay? It gives you distance, which keeps you in the present moment, okay? So how do we build alter egos? Well, the first thing and the most important thing is we have to find our limiting beliefs, okay, and remove them. We have to deprogram them because these are patterns that go over and over and over again. Even if you're a high achiever right now, there's a glass ceiling and you keep going as far as here, okay? And that is because you have limiting beliefs. You have to remove those limiting beliefs. Now, this is not something you'll be able to do yourself. You're going to have to employ someone to do it. I can do it for you, but I had to employ people to do it for me because I can't see my own limiting beliefs. I can't read the label when I'm stuck in the jar, and neither can you. But if you do not do this, then anything else I'm about to say is going to make no difference, really, okay? So there's 5 different areas that you have to do to build your alter ego. Number 1 is the arena of which to apply your alter ego. So Kobe Bryant was obviously a basketball court, Serena Williams is a tennis court. These other people use it in creativity, on stage, to write their work, whatever it might be. There's 3 different arenas that I recommend to my clients. 1 is when you're creating the work, okay? 2 is when you're publishing the videos or the work, and then 3 is when you're self-promoting. So when you're creating the work, if you do not do it in your alter ego, you're going to be in fearful future thinking. Oh, what if this fails? What if people laugh? What if I get tumbleweeds? And that's just what's going to happen is you're going to take risks, stop doing it, you're going to play it safe, dim down your creative lights, you're going to create vanilla work no one's going to give a fuck about. That's number 1. Number 2 is when you're publishing your work, when you're posting the videos on social media or whatever it might be. Again, you're going to have the same problem. It's like, oh, no one's going to care, you're going to get tumbleweeds and so on. And again, that will stop you posting, okay? Oh, it's over a long period of time. So you have to run from there. And then the 3rd is self-promotion. Nobody likes promoting themselves, but you have to be able to do that. Otherwise, you just won't be successful. It's that simple, okay? So you do that. Number 2 is a creative purpose. You have to have a creative purpose that's bigger than your fears. That's usually helping the younger version of yourself. An example, Adele gets brokenhearted, she goes and writes an album to basically process her own emotions, but at the same time she's helping the younger version of herself, or anybody else that happens to be heartbroken, listen to these songs so they don't feel alone, right? That is an example. Another one would be Maya Angelou, okay, writing her memoir, okay, and helping, giving millions of women a voice who previously didn't have one. This is creative purpose. This is helping other people through the lens of creativity. The third is the traits, the highest version of you. So the most confident version of you, the most fearless version of you, whatever it is, you write down your insecurities and what's the opposite of that. Then your alter ego has the strength, okay? That would be the strengths to your current weaknesses. And then you have to have a name. It's not a name, you don't have to do it like Lady Gaga, you don't have to tell the whole world this your alter ego name. It can be more like Beyonce. So Beyonce had Sasha Fierce for years, for anyone knew. Kobe Bryant had Mamba mentality before anyone knew. So yeah, you just have a name and that gives you that separation. This is what creates the self-distancing. And then you have to have a trigger. So you have to do some breath work to calm yourself down. Number two, you need a song that you only use to trigger your alter ego, because songs are great for that. You know how if you listen to a song maybe from your childhood or as a teenager or whatever, then you can, as soon as you hear that song, it instantly brings you back to a specific moment. That's exactly what happens with the alter ego. And then there's some sort of ritual. So for example, Eminem, basically his trigger was putting the hood up. That's when Slim Shady came out. Sasha Fierce came out when Beyonce put on her stilettos. Whatever it might be, okay? It could be some jewellery, it could be a bit of clothing, it could be anything you want it to be, okay? And that there is how you build an alter ego. Now, if you do all those things, particularly move the limiting belief, so important that, learn how to manage your emotions, so by managing your thoughts, by managing your focus. If you do all those things there, then you can fulfill your creative potential. Okay, over your fears and be the most confident version of you. So I hope this helps. Peace out.